Okay, folks, we're we're back. Get some lighting in here. Now we're gonna need the glasses so we got the contacts in. Okay, so here we are with the construction vehicles that we worked on this morning, and obviously they're dry. We're gonna prime the parts that need to be primed, and then we will go and clear spray and paint the yellow things yellow. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of things that need to be in yellow. This won't be. This will be, but we'll make it look. We'll put the yellow on afterwards. We're gonna make it look like a rusty plate. Obviously, we have yellow back here in the background of the body there, but most of it is tracks and stuff like that. So not a whole lot of stuff on there in the stack, And then here, yeah, there's not a whole lot of yellow painting on it per se. So, welcome. Sosa, Ribeiro, Vivaldi. Okay. Gotta be a Brazilian. Welcome. I don't know how to say welcome in Brazilian Portuguese. I'll go with hola. That's the thing about Brazilian Portuguese. I don't know about Portuguese because I don't run into somebody from Portugal. But Brazilians always understand. I can talk to them in Spanish and they understand me. I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I don't know what it is. Like, it works in one direction, so, So we're going to go ahead and prime these things with the Viejo primer. Vallejo. Americans call this thing just all kinds of absurdities. Vallejo, Vallejo, coño. All right. I was going to say something in response to Vivaldi, but I don't know any other Italian composers. Sorry. Okay. This is the current thing that I am destroying by painting on it. But it is just a box, so we can get more of them when we need to. Okay? So we'll start with the easy thing. I like to do things that are easy first. That way you have something accomplished. And we're just going to pour some of this primer right here. And let's get a brush that is not too large, because honestly, there's not that much that we need to get on there. And we're going to need the super readers on. And I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to prime the spots where the paint has chipped. Okay, so any place where this paint is chipped, I got these from Marty. He got them at a thrift store. Really? And just like that, it fell off. Well, that was held together all limp-dickedly. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and paint this first, since it's not, that machine gun's not in the way, and we'll go and re-glue it. Don't make me get the epoxy out, because I will. I don't mind making this thing look damaged, but I want to make it look damaged where it is, not just randomly that's where you get it. There's a couple places here where Something happened in the store I was going to tell you guys about today. I forgot what it was. I left this morning to go do the stuff that I needed to do. Figured I'd get out there early, and I still left too late. There was just too many people out on the road. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit of this chipped on it. Now, this will look, it's not like I want to make it look pristine. I don't want these chips in this color. I want it the way I want it, and that's the way I want it. That looks okay. This is at least what we've done with the other ones. All right, so I might as well paint the parts that are going to be really close to the bottom. If I have to glue this thing on, I might as well make the painting process easier. I prefer to glue everything on and then paint it on there than to stop and scrape paint off of things. The only thing I don't like about these two vehicles, the only thing I don't like about them is they're both yellow. And I don't want a team that all their vehicles are the same color. I don't have one. I know that people do that. It doesn't appeal to me. I've seen it. Hey, here's my team of Slime or Warden or Well, I'm not doing any of the names that are in the rule book. But regardless, I don't want all of them to be the same color. It's just a personal preference I have. I'd like to have a lot of guys that look like, a bunch of free agents. And then when the time comes, yeah, they can team together with other like-minded individuals. Whether they're all British teams or Italian cars or what have you, Asian persuasion. Bunch of lady drivers, By the way, I did find out where these wheels are from. They're from that Camaro looking vehicle. So when I was in the store, I just bought another one. It was like $1.18 or something like that. So I didn't want to replace these wheels. I like these wheels on there, and we'll keep those wheels on there. But I need the wheels for the main vehicle I took them from. So that means we're going to have a haul of that vehicle that we can turn into a wreck. It's a good looking vehicle too. I don't know what it's called. It's a whatever the Walmart brand vehicle is. Basque Metal or something like that. It's a good looking vehicle. I have several of those. They're pretty nice looking. They're hollow. I mean, there's nothing on the inside. So, if you want like an interior and like, oh, let's see what's inside there. Not good for like if you want to put a figure inside of them because there's no interior to them. But, if you're going to make it so you don't have to see anything, it's not a big deal. Sure enough, I left this morning. It was really cold. It was, well, for here, like 40 something. And then when I got back, it was already in the 70s. Okay. Yeah, I get a lot more views in this mode. I appreciate y'all. But this morning I needed to use my phone, or I thought I needed to use my phone. So we just went through the computer. Now, I don't love this primer. I don't think it's super durable. But what it is really good if you're brush painting it. It gets in all the nooks and crannies. And the nooks and crannies aren't going to ever get any wear and tear. So it's not like the paint is ever going to fall off of there. Yeah, I think these two are going to look amazing. This is going to take a little time to dry, anyways. A little bit. And during that time, we can talk about something else. I'm actually doing a download on the Xbox right now. It's going to still take another couple hours. I broke down and decided to get the Paladin download. You buy the next installment of Diablo 4, and people like to rip on Diablo 4. You know, oh, this game's terrible. This game is okay. Well, I mean, I went and looked. I've actually played Diablo 4 for, I think it was 22 days or something like that. So 22 days times 24. How many hours is that? I played it a lot. I mean, I haven't played it in a while, but I played it a lot this year. And it might not be everybody's thing. You know, people like to rip on Blizzard and stuff. I generally like Blizzard stuff. It's not Bethesda that I don't like. So, you know, there's companies for everybody. Actually, I may not like the Blizzard company. I like the products that they put out. Don't like the Bethesda products. You know, so we'll see what this Paladin is all about. I'll see if it was like the old Paladin from Diablo, what was it, 2? Something to do. But it's a huge download. If I'd have known that, I would have gotten it, you know, on a work day. Okay, we'll get that's all painted. Yeah, people like get, you know, not everybody, but some people just like really vociferous about things that, you know, about video games. Like, that's terrible. You know, and they'll like want to play some game that I've tried playing and I like, it doesn't appeal to me. Fallout. I tried Fallout. I didn't like it. Sorry. You know, just like anything else. You say, oh, you play miniatures? Oh, you like Warhammer? No. I watched, what was it? I was flipping around and I came across this group of folks that I guess sit around and watch videos and you get people's reaction. I watched it long enough to find some guy that was like super geeking out about some Warhammer thing. And I'm like, that's all well and good, but I don't like Warhammer lore. What's up, Ben? They've never done anything that captivated me. I don't hate them or anything, but they don't do stuff that I care for. You get your computer up and running, Ben? Cyberpunk is what you said you were going to play. That thing got bad reviews. That doesn't mean you're going to hate it. But it's not going to be State of Decay. Not sure how long I will be on. Some girly streamers I watch are going out to try State of Decay 2. They are very entertaining, so I want to see how it goes. I eat paperclip. Aye, it's up, but games are a downloading. Girly streamers, are they attractive? Man, I like State of Decay. I like State of Decay a lot. I've liked them all. I kind of forget about it, but man, I wish I would have known that those hats were in limited quantity. I would have gotten like 4 or 5 of them. The brown ones you can't get anymore. I love State of Decay. Great game, and I'm not into zombie stuff. Great game. Speaking of zombie stuff, I was playing. They were giving it to you for free on Xbox, the DayZ or something like that. And it has I just don't like fast zombies. It just doesn't make sense that when you're a rotting corpse, all of a sudden you're like, your soul was basically what was holding you back. They don't show themselves on camera. I don't want to see that. I wouldn't make any rude comments. That's not the kind of person I am, but who wants to see ugly people? Who wants to look at Mitch's feet all day? It's Oh man. I got a friend of mine who's female. Well, she's friends of as a couple. I'm not allowed to have any lone female friends. Look, if there's a girl that wants to play DBA or something like that, sure, but it just doesn't fucking happen. But anyways, she's all up in like media and stuff like that. She doesn't. I don't think she has her own channel, but I know she'd be game to be on. I'd get a lot more views, and she wouldn't even have to do anything inappropriate. I'm just saying, and she's not unattractive, so. But I'm just not that kind of an attention whore, Midget porn is the best. They got to call them something else now. I don't believe there's midget porn out there. You know what? I'm never going to find it because that's just not something I'm going to look for. Have these people never played State of Decay 2? Dude, like you're the only person that I know that's ever played State of Decay. Ever. I just don't encounter anyone that's ever played the game. It is a great fucking game. And you would think when they gave it away, because it was one of those, it was on like the Xbox Gold or whatever, where you could like, I purchased it. I purchased the first one and the second one and all the expansions. And, I haven't played it in a while, but, I played it hundreds of hours. The only version I don't like it is that one that where you're basically at this base and they're just constantly coming and you have to stop like 9 waves or whatever. What is it called? Lifeline or something? I don't know. I can't. That is way too fucking stressful. And I think there's like 9 waves and I've made it to like 7 before. I'm like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. Like the zombie mode on Call of Duty. Like, why play a mode you're never going to win? Like, it's just like you're going to fucking lose. It's like, that's like for people that have never gotten a job. They're sitting in the basement, their mom calls them when dinner's ready, you know. Like, dude, I already have a stressful job. I don't need that shit, All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. We're going to start dropping names here. This girl's called Mimi Mango. Is she orange? Mimi Pink Dot. She usually plays with Nersivo and a girl called Mooney. They play Zomboid. Never heard of it. The isometric zombie game and 7 Days to Die. And that new one, Vane. They probably won't like State of Decay. Bunch of losers. I think State of Decay is great. What would I add to State of Decay? Need to add some attractive people. All the characters are really unattractive. All the females, like, man, what happened to their faces? But it's a great game. God, it's a good game. I keep forgetting. And it's if I was sharp enough, I'd be like, let's do some live streaming of State of Decay. But I don't have a Twitch account. That's just too, At the end of the day, video games are fun, but you have nothing to show for it when you're done. This at least, hey, we have these things on the wall. I have to wait for delay here because I can't see what it's pointing towards. There we go. Look behind it. Yeah, we filled the boot, so to speak. So, looks pretty good. And you know what? I specifically hung it so we can do another one down here. But we'll wait to see if the wife approves. That's well, it's like it's either here or I put them all over the house. And honestly, it's nice looking artwork, but they thrive on chaos, so I think they'll be happy with it. I don't think the game is that chaotic. I mean, it's all as chaotic as you make it. In Vane, they added a smell mechanism that affects your mental state. So some houses are full of corpses, and going near them will drive you nuts. That's interesting. I hate those. I hate the ferals. God, I hate the ferals. That doesn't mean they should remove them. I tread carefully with the ferals. But the big guys, I ain't scared of the big guys. Dun, 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 dun. You can get away from them. And at first, I didn't like the fact that they added fuel to the vehicles, and then I do. Like, it gives you some, you got to use some caution. You can't just be, crazy. And I've played one level up from Nightmare, and I tried one more from that. It's just too hard. It's just, you just can't make it. And I don't want to start easy, have everything built up, and then dial it up to hard. I'm like, I want to start everything at the same level. And I don't want to like, hey, let's dial up to really difficult now that all my characters have all their skills maxed out. Oh, come on. Are we here again? I don't know why this doesn't. I store it upside down so we won't have this issue. There we go. Now we got too much out. Perfect. That's how we like it. Wasteful. Okay. Where is the toothpick? Thanks, man. Well, we haven't, most of them haven't seen play yet. I need to find some people that are off on Saturdays. And Mitch is perfectly happy having that fucked up schedule that he has, but it's not very conducive to getting together. But you know, the important thing for me is that I can paint frequently, not play frequently. Okay. So now I gotta wait for this mother to dry. Yeah, I remember a while ago I went over to somebody's house and they were playing video games. I didn't actually know they were a video game player. It was not a gaming expedition. And they showed me about Left 4 Dead. And I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. I tried playing it one time. I'm like, oh no, that's way too fast. Like you don't even have a chance to hold a fart in. Like you're constantly just being fucked with. Constantly. Like, dude, like I don't find State of Decay like that. You know, you can make it that way, but it's not like the entire game is that way. You know. Um, Okay, so these are already after the black dries. We're going to clear coat them with flat, and then we'll give them a brown wash, or we'll clear coat them. We got to paint the yellow stuff. I think I'm going to probably airbrush it. I think I'm going to airbrush and just add successive layers of it. There's not much that needs to be on it, with the wheels mainly or something like that. And the nice thing is, if it doesn't cover well over the wheels, the tracks, it doesn't matter because that's going to be covered in mud. I mean, there's going to be a lot of mud on here. Because I think there's no, the fenders are like almost like not existing, so. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, because I don't want to just disconnect, because I've only been on here, 30 minutes or something like that? Maybe something like that. But I knew if I didn't go online, it wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. So with that said, we've rinsed this thing out. Let's grab the next build. And I don't really like building multiple cars, but I also don't like not doing anything. So, All right, so this is the 2 construction vehicles. I'm not going to jump into a third just yet. Or fourth, or etc. See if we have anything else in here that would be in the same category. No. All right, I think it's time. We've waited long enough to do this. Let's pull the clowns out. Okay, I have multiple clown cars. I got clown weapons. Let's see what we can make out of this stuff. All right, so we got a van here. We got an ice cream truck. I believe there's 6 of them. And we're not going to repaint them. That was the whole thing. Once I realized, I don't have to repaint these things. We can just use their cool graphics. We have the funny car. Or as it says on the graphics, the not so funny car. The other ones are on cards. One of them is loose, though. The little Mini Cooper. We'll come across it. It's not that one. It's not that one. Not that one. I know the Mini Cooper, for instance, is going to have extra crew. You got to take the smallest vehicle and add extra crews to it. I picked up this the other day. I don't think that's not going to be part of the clown group though, but it's certainly goofing around. All right. Ooh. Okay, here's some that are loose. Yes, I have a lot. I know. I understand. It's an addiction. Okay, I believe the Mini Cooper's in here somewhere. X-Men. That's for the nerd burglars. Well, zombie car. I don't want to put them in here. I'm going to put these back where they go, but these are ones that I got loose. So I really don't like to take them off cards until I'm ready to do something with them. Did I save the cards? Hell no. Here's another friend unloader. This is actually one that I got on myself. I'm going to put all the construction vehicles together. I thought he was in here. All right. Well, you know the secret. Stop looking for the motherfucker. It'll show up. He's red. It's a red little Mini Cooper. Here's another little construction vehicle, a skid steer. All right. I want to get them all so that we specifically designed them to be different. Here's the other construction vehicle that I was talking about this morning. That'd be good for, crushing something. I'm going to go ahead and take it apart. So it's with the other construction vehicles. Grinder Man, I think, is what the skill that we were talking about is. Grinder Man. I already had a milkman. I got 2 milkmen now. Then I bought this one. I thought, oh, it's different, I think. The one I just got the other day, like yesterday, or the day before, or something like that. Oh, it's just a different color. We got Milchmen. I actually like this one better. The graphics are a little brighter. Okay. Could make a wreck out of one of them. Like, man, you got a lot of cars. Yeah, it's not that much money though, compared to like miniatures. When you buy like miniatures and you don't paint them, that's a lot of money. And I'm not even talking about Warhammer miniatures, which I don't do. This stuff's damn near free. It like takes up more space than is expensive. Oh, here's this Nosferatu that I keep talking about it. That was a double pack. It even says Nosferatu on it. This is a cool vehicle. Cool vehicle. I don't know why the rest of the clowns aren't in here. I thought they were. Here's another one. I believe there was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the one that is the Mini Cooper, that's red, and the one that's and the 6th one, whatever the hell it is. I wonder where the hell it is. Huh. Hey, bro, glad I caught you. Wanted you to wish you happy holidays. You too, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. Maybe I motivated you to do something, or maybe, well, we won't do it that way. I'd like to think that I don't do that very often. It's not my first rodeo. We've been doing this stuff for a while. I've actually, believe it or not, I've got this whole display case of cars filled, and I really have only been painting them for 3 months. But, if you do one every other day, it happens, Still excited to see some gameplay on your channel. Unfortunately, still haven't gotten around to making any stuff myself. I want to, thanks to your channel. Yeah, I need somebody that's available more. I need somebody that's available more often. It just, I can't play on weeknights. I have way too much work to do. My co-player always complains he doesn't have much on his plate. Well, fucking show up on a Saturday then, goddammit. So, luckily, it doesn't really bum me out because this is what takes most of my time, is doing this. So, as long as I'm still able to paint, this is the vehicle, by the way, that the wheels was missing off of. This Camaro-looking thing. So I had to buy another one because I ended up stealing one of its wheels for the front one here on the grader from hell. That's the wheel that goes on the back of this. So. Yeah, I don't know where the flaming hell that is. Okay, well, here it is. Maybe I only had 5. Maybe I didn't have 6. Yeah, this little guy right here. That little guy right there. All right, let's put these guys back. Cheap-ass hobby. I mean, the freaking bits cost more than the cars. The cars are like free. Damn near free. Alright, let's put this back underneath here. Let's assume we don't have another clown car. I would definitely be a member if I could afford it. We're broke by subscriptions. I don't have subscriptions to buy. I don't do Patreon. I don't want to do Patreon. I'm fine if other people want to do Patreon. I don't subscribe to Patreon. If I did, I'd subscribe to 3D Bot Maker. And I'm not. I don't subscribe to anybody. It's not that I'm frugal. I'm like, I've thought about okay, I could cancel my subscription to Audible and I'd actually be in better shape. But, I do my stuff for free. I watch other people for free. Yellow Chevy type is giving off State of Decay vibes. This one? Oh, you played State of Decay before? No, I'm sorry, I don't recognize your name. And we talk about Godzilla stuff, so welcome. Welcome back. Okay. I think this is what we have. I want to say I had another one, but I guess I was wrong. No, I can't. It was a set. It was a set that came with. What other vehicle would it have had? I don't know. So these are the vehicles that we have here for the clowns. No, there's a 5th one. There's a 5th one. I got 5, and then this one I got afterwards somewhere in, I think, the flea market. Damn it. It's just a regular car, I think, or something. Let's see. Lethal Zone player. Yee, man. I feel like I'm pretty good at that game, man. I can't play Lethal. I can play one up from... My normal gameplay mode is play a game, don't play on easy, play on the normal level, finish it. then knock it up one, and I can play that one. I can't knock it up one more after that. So I could play what, Nightmare, and it's Nightmare's cool because you got to use like crossbows and shit like that, right? Which I'm not a fan of using. I don't kill everything with guns, but I also don't like heavy weapons. No, I want to swing fast. I want to swing fast. It's a great game. It is a fantabulous game. But a lot of people just don't seem to know about it. I don't know. No, YouTube doesn't. YouTube is weird, man. And I'm not a tech person. I had one of my viewers that I commented on something on his channel yesterday, and he says, "Hey, you banned me on you banned me on the channel chat." I'm like, "I did." I'm like, "I know that this guy's been on my channel many times. I've never wanted to ban him before. He doesn't say anything that offends me. He knows how to behave. He's been on there a lot." So I go, and sure enough, he got blocked unintentionally. I suspect it was probably one of those situations where somebody came in and was like, "Ah," and maybe somebody with like some guys actually come in with his name Hitler, and I think Stalin has come in and stuff like that. He just banned those guys, and I fat fingered them. Like I clipped the other guy in as well, and I didn't mean to, but because he does comment a lot. So we fixed that, but it took me about half hour to get him back. So they don't make it easy, YouTube, for instance, if I'm filming with this camera, okay, I can't film with the looking at the screen. I can't look at the screen. I guess that would be the front-facing camera. You can't film with a front-facing camera on YouTube and it not be reversed. And I don't want it to be reversed. It's like a mind fuck, So yeah, I can't look at the screen. I got to stand up and look down at it. You build your characters in green zone first and take them into fresh lethal zone. I don't use negative curveballs either. I just like the fresh playthrough. Oh, okay. I do like the curveball things. Yeah, I do like the curveballs. But it's your game. You can play however you want. I've tried to play lethal, but I want to create a character in lethal, and it's just too deadly. It's just way too deadly. I mean, I could, the way to do it, I guess, is play normal, and the guys that survive start a new game, the next level up. But I don't want to play if there's no way to improve their skills, right? If the guys are already maxed out on whacking people, why do I want to whack people? I like that. The progression, the challenge is the exciting part, So you suggested making a hearse. I haven't found one, dude. Totally the right thing to use as a hearse. So, yeah, I'm sorry you're not very memorable. Maybe if you've been an ass or something like that, I'd recognize you. So I appreciate not recognizing you. You're an adult. You probably have, if you have a job, you know how to behave. We all know how to behave. So I don't understand people going out and causing trouble on other people's YouTube channels. I don't do that. I see something I don't like, I move along. I don't need to be in somebody else's business. All right, we're going to need that. 2 more cars. All right, what do I need to... I know what I need to do. This is what I need to do. I need to go on this. You guys aren't going to be able to see this, unfortunately. I'm going to go on my eBay, because I bought it from eBay. So we're going to go to eBay, and I'm going to look at my past buys. I don't buy that much on there. And the set that I bought of the clown cars should be there. And then I can see which one it is that I'm missing. Because I want them all here so that they all get built differently. I can already tell you, this little guy right here is going to have extra crew. Why? Because it's the smallest fucking car, right? And I wish I could put like 8 guys in there. Or, 12 or something ridiculous. And, they're evil clowns, but they're not demons. Okay? They're just like insane asylum people. Okay, so this is my eBay, and I'm going to go to purchase history, and let's see what we got here. Crazed Clowns. Okay, it is a set of 5. So what is the missing clown? See original listing. Okay, we got Hanbo. We got this guy. We got this one. We got this. Oh, okay. I was mistaken. It did come with this one. All right, good. I can unclench now. Okay, so here's you can have balloons on the roof. Absolutely. So I looked up at clown car names for people, and one of them is called like the balloon popper. I'm like, yep. I gotta make like balloons coming out of it. I don't know how I'm gonna do that with wire. I've done things that are more challenging than that, so I'm sure I could figure it out. But the main thing is to design these as different vehicles. Okay, so I'm gonna use stickums. Okay, because first of all, I can put them by the vehicle. I don't know if anybody else does this stuff. I'd like to think that they do, because this keeps you from like building shit in vain. Twisted Metal. Now, I just found out about the show. I never played the video game. I watched a video of the video game, and after watching it, I'm like, nah, I really didn't miss out on that much. I mean, it seemed like really a lot of rinse and repeat stuff. Zombie burrito van. I have a fajita van. All right, so vehicle classes, because we don't want them all to be the same class. All right, super readers. I call them super readers because they're like $375 or something like that. Okay, so this is ice cream truck. Ice cream truck. Dude. This is a buggy. This is performance car can only have one driver. We're going to make this a performance car. We're not going to make it a dragster. Okay? Dragsters are like useless. And they're not a lot of points anyways. So this is a performance car. This is a car. So excuse my messy handwriting, but I'm in a hurry-ish. And a truck. Okay, the goal is to make them all 27-point vehicles. Why? Because that's what I do, right? Because then we can switch them out however we need to. Okay? So a 27-point vehicle when you're a buggy means this is going to have a lot more bells and whistles than any of the other ones, all right? Because the core price of the vehicle is so much cheaper. So we'll start off with the cost. So a buggy costs $6, okay? And I circle when it's the cost thing so I can find it easy. It has It has crew of 2. Okay? It has how many build slots? 2. Okay? 2 build slots. Don't move on me. I said don't move on me. Don't get all uppity. And it has a built-in roll cage. Comes with a free roll cage. Okay? So right off the bat, I'm going to double its crew. Okay? So we're going to add this is no cost, so this is free. Okay, we're going to add 2 crew. That's 2 times 2 equals, that's 4 points, right? Crew is 2. Extra crew member. No, it's 4 points each. All right, 8 points it is. All right, but it's the lowest point value vehicle, so we're still at 14 and still have 2 build slots. So we know that we're going to do that. So all the stuff that we know that we're going to do, you might as well do it now. Okay, so we're going to set the buggy off to the side. All right. Performance car. Performance car is 15 points. Crew 1. And it has 2 build slots. Okay. All right. Truck, I believe, is 15 as well. Yep. Truck is 15 points. It is 3 build slots. Crew. 3. Okay. Car is 12. 2 build slots. Crew 2. Ice cream truck, I don't remember. I believe it's 15. Might be less than that. Nope, 8. Weird number. It has 2 build slots. 2 build slots. 2 crew. 2 build slots. Crew 2. I don't worry about the handling and all that stuff right now. That doesn't really affect anything of what decisions I'm going to make. Buggy. You know, I've got so many buggy vehicles. So many buggy vehicles. Hippie-ki-yay is a buggy. Hippie-ki-yay is freaking awesome. It's won a game before, too. Bunch of stoner dudes. All right, so what are we going to do here? Oh, how many build slots? We have 2 on build slots? All right. So the ice cream truck, I haven't done this yet with the ice cream truck body. It's going to have a side-mounted weapon, okay? So that we can not block this in and actually leave it so you can shoot out of the sides, all right? When you buy a side-mounted weapon, you get both sides, okay, as a freebie. Now, you buy one side, you get the other side for free, but the arc is weird, okay? So this is going to have, clutzer fuck. This is going to have a side mount, okay? And it's probably going to be, a minigun, honestly. Which is 5 points. So we're already at 13, which is, we got lots of room for that, okay? Which basically means this one's got a lot of points left for perks, okay? All right. Is there anything else that we have to do a certain way? Okay, let's look at the clown weapons, okay? And we have weapons that we got specifically for the clowns. Now, gotta find it though. Where all my weapons go? Down here? Okay. They're all like in one, I think they're in 2 bags. Let's grab the clown weapons. We haven't really taken a look at these on the show. And these are weapons that specifically are going to be for these guys and no one else. Okay? We're not going to use clown weapons on other people because they're ridiculous. Okay? I believe this is the 2 bags. So let's see what kind of ridiculousness we have here. You're way too organized, but I like to build mines. What you see is what you get as well. I'm not that organized. I just like to... I don't want to spend the time that I do and then realize, man, I should have done this. You know, so... And this is fun. You know, this is fun. And I appreciate you guys having some kind of an interest in some part of it. You know, it's fun as hell. Gaming, for me, has always been about thinking. So, you know, we're thinking about stuff. And what I really like about this game, I know you guys haven't seen any of our videos, but we've played 6 times. This game we've played 6 or 7 times recently with the new game since we came back. And one of the things that I like the most about this game is I feel like there's some real camaraderie as far as do stuff that the crowd would want to see. Not necessarily like, I want to win, so let me do... You know, it's just... Like, when it's somebody else's turn, like, I'm giving suggestions of what other people should do, even though it's not my car. You know what I mean? It's almost like we're there for the narrative. More than any other game I've ever experienced. Now, some of it might have been because of years of playing DBA and just talking out loud what I was going to do. You know? My Dugan giveaway. No. I don't want to go to the... Don't make me go to the post office. So, God, I hate going to the post office. So, so in that way, this game is less... It's basically no stress. This game is no stress. You know? So, all right. So let's look at the ridiculous clown weapons. Oh, I gotta say your name. Mourinho Mingueza. Mourinho. Get that Enye out there. All right. In this container, we're going to put them both together, we have a fucking grab hand. Even with glove, like, Mickey Mouse kind of thing. And it's 3-fingered. So it's like, some kind of nuclear thing. So, something like this. So it's a grabber. All right. We have a pie thrower. We have a dropping device here with little boxes. This one, I mean, shit, it fits right on there. I mean, I tell you, that's the one it should go on. That's exactly where it should go. Like, there's this little ramp here with like these little boxes, and it's a dropper, which I haven't built any droppers yet. And they drop in these little boxes that have a little piece of dynamite and a rocket on them, right? This is all made by Creepy Hero Studios. He makes some great stuff. Shout out to Creepy Hero Studios. I bought this stuff. Nobody gives me stuff for free. I don't ask for it. I mean, if you want to give me stuff, that's cool, But I'm gonna promote people anyways, just because we all need it. We're all in this together, So we got a couple 3 little boxers here. Three little boxes here. We got a couple of horns, like, but they're probably machine guns or something like that. All right. So this is probably one of those improved sledge launchers or something like that. This is a grabber arm. This is a dropper thing. I'm going to be hard pressed not to put this on here. Because, dude, look, it fits perfectly. Now, I don't know how the hell it's going to come off of this distance and like land perfectly fine. But, that's one of that's the magic. It's the magic of it. All right, so that's the grabber arm. Look at this stuff. This stuff is really amazing. This stuff is really, really amazing. Look at this. We got a whack-a-mole thing, and this got a little star on there, like a barrel with a star. So I have a feeling this is probably going to go on the handbow car. And because it's so cantankerous, I'm probably going to drill it out and put a magnet on there and magnetize this too. I'm thinking. I may, but this is probably what I'm going to do. This is probably going to get that weapon. Okay? But we'll see how it plays out. That's specifically, like, you wouldn't use this for something else. All right? What else do we have here? We have a couple of rockets that have like a punch. Literally like a what do you call those things? Like a glove? Punching glove? 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. We have flamethrowers that are made to look like flowers. That's kind of cool. And then we've got these little droppers that are these little, they're like, fake teeth, So that's what the specific clown weapons that we have. And those will have to be divvied up about amongst all of these. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and add the dropper to here. Okay, let's go ahead and add the value of the dropper. I mean, these guys are going to be fucking fun to run, Bunch of maniacs running around. And you guys scared of clowns? I didn't like them when I was a kid. I was afraid of their face paint getting all over me. Sorry, I was kind of anal neat freak. Okay, what do we got here? This is going to be not a mine dropper. What's this thing called? Not RC car bombs. Not sentry gun. Glue dropper. One of these is going to have a glue dropper too. I haven't used a glue dropper yet. All right. Oh, and another one's going to have this. The big fucking bomb. Okay? And it's going to be some kind of a explosive ram. Because this is just, I mean, this looks like something Gru would have. And if you don't know who Gru is, well, yeah, you do. Let's go ahead and clip this thing off. This is going to take a saw to do that. I got a little saw. We'll take this off. This is going to go on somebody. One of these cars. All right. So, what are these dropping things? Caltrop droppers? No. Grabber arm is 1 build slot, and the wrecking ball is 3 build slots. So here's the problem that we're going to have. If I use the wrecking ball, which is this, for handbow, he's done. Because this uses 3 build slots. The only way I can get around that is call that thing a heavy truck. And that'll give me 2 more build slots. But I'm actually okay with it just having this. Okay? It's going to have a crew of 3. It's going to have the wrecking ball, which only costs 2 freaking points. So this thing is going to have perks galore. I mean, it can have magnums. It can have all kinds of stuff. Okay? And also, it's got a lot of graphics on it. That if you put a lot of those things, I'm going to cover up the graphics. You mean the BFG? Man, the BFG, I need to make a custom one that's basically the cannon. It's basically like a cannon. You know, like you shoot somebody out of a cannon. Something that looks like that. Because it needs to be like, you know, big open mouth anyways. You know, like something like, you know. Something like this. Something of, oh, what's this? This paper bag is just falling apart. I mean, this plastic bag is just falling apart. Something with like this kind of diameter. You know, something like, it can be short. You know, just something like this. And I could probably make a custom. That's what the BFG needs to be. And I agree. I think one of the clown cars should have it. I don't know if one of these clown cars should have it or one that I haven't gotten yet. Okay? Oh, the big fucking... Yeah, but it fires at a distance. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, maybe it's bolted down. Maybe. I see where you're going with that. That's, you know... I mean, it's a cool bomb. This is actually made by the people that make Autokill, which was a game that came out before this one. I never played it. I was just like, this game came out. I'm like, all right, let's see who makes 3D printed stuff. It was like 7 or 8 years ago, and Autokill made all these cool resin weapons and stuff like that. So, okay, so this is going to have the wrecking ball. Okay. If you watched any of my shows where I was painting ancients, you're like, I don't know what to paint something. Well, if you know something is going to be blue, and you definitely want it to be blue, go ahead and paint it. That'll help it make it easier. It'll be easier to make your decisions on the other items. And so that's what we're doing here. We're basically, we know this is going to have a wrecking ball. Okay? The wrecking ball is going to use all 3 slots. Okay? And yet, it's only going to cost 2 points. Okay, so we're only at 17 points, and we have no build slots left on it. That's okay. Everything's a little different, you know? Everything's a little different. All right? Just focus in on the weapons now, what everything's going to have. Okay, the ice cream truck. What are these droppy things? Because it's definitely going to have this. It's definitely going to have... Oh, it's already on there. It fits so well. It was right there. What is this considered? It's not a mine dropper. Not a napalm. RC car bombs? No. This would be the RC car bombs. These little fuckers right here. Which another one can have that. RC car bombs use no build slots. So that automatically tells me, Hambo's going to get them. Hambo's got lots of points left over. It uses no build slots. Okay, so let's put on here RC car bombs. See how we're going about this? So that, like, oh man, I shouldn't have put all that stuff. Now I don't have this thing for this car. And only costs 3. Okay, now we're at 20. Okay. Still don't know what the hell these things are. You know what they are? They're the turret dropping things. What are they called? Sentry guns. They're dropped. That's what they are. They're sentry guns. So this thing's going to have sentry guns. It doesn't use any slots. They're a drop weapon. They cost 3 points. Okay, let's take these sentry guys and we're going to move them over here. Okay, look, I even have 3 of them. All right. Okay, the grabber arm. One of them is going to have the grabber arm. And the grabber arm is 1 build slot. It'd be good to put it on that thing because this is actually Hanbo, the 4-armed Wonder Clown. So that's like, it has like lots of different things that can grab it at once. I don't mind putting it on the roof. I don't want to. This guy's got some graphics on the roof. I really don't want to cover him over. Like they already did it. I'd like to put the grabber arm on one of these. I'd like to put the pie thrower on the other one. So what's the pie thrower considered? The pie thrower is considered an improved sludge thrower. Okay, I don't know anything about that. So let's look about that in the rules. Man, I'm glad I did this. I've been sitting on these for a couple weeks now. Okay, so I'm going to go to the back because the back of this rule book is actually really useful because when something weird, it'll actually tell you what page to go to it. So if I go to Improve Sludge Thrower, Improvised Sludge Thrower, see Special Rules 84. It does use 1 build slot. So I'm going to go to page 84. Improvised Sludge Thrower. This vehicle may place the burst templates for its drop weapons anywhere that is at least partially within medium range and 360-degree arc of fire of this vehicle. Okay, so it basically uses dropped weapons. So you put this here. Let's say you put it on this vehicle. And now it can drop weapons within 360-degree field of fire. Okay. Well, okay, with that said, this uses a build slot. So we don't want to use a drop weapon that also uses a build slot. Because that would be a problem. Right? Then we're running out of build slots. I'm gonna leave the space open. What drop weapons do we have? Caltrop dropper, okay? Glue dropper. The problem with the glue dropper is it's only ammo 1. Mine dropper. Napalm dropper. And uses a slot. All right, let's go through this again. Um, oil doesn't use any. Okay. But I don't want to use RC car bombs or the sentry gun. They need to be without one because we need to use that for something different. Smoke, not using it for smoke. Sorry, that's not going to be in there. So they throw a pie, and inside the pie there's caltrops or mines or napalm or all three, I guess. Um, um, so we're going to, let's see, performance car only has, this can fire 2 weapons at once. This can only fire 1. The grabber arm, I think we'll put the grabber arm on this one. And I'm probably going to glue it on. Okay. So if we put the grabber arm on that, it's going to be faster than this one. So this is going to go around and grab people. So we're going to put the grabber arm on that, and the grabber arm uses 1 slot and 6 points. Is 6 points. Okay. And we do this one, we put the improvised thrower. It uses 1 slot. And how many points does the improvised sludge thrower? 2. Okay, where is this? This is at 14 points. Well, this guy looks like a maniac, so it almost looks like this guy needs to have like a minigun or something. Okay, so if you give him a minigun, he's at 14 now. That would go to 19. Man, he's still got plenty of points. Okay, this guy's got a crazy look on him. He's got to have some kind of madman skill or something like that. Okay. Man, this guy could almost be a flamethrowing vehicle. But I'm okay if they don't have. I'm okay if they don't have any flamethrowers. It uses 2 freaking build slots. That's kind of the only thing I don't like about the game is it's like, flamethrowers, cool. Oh, it uses 2 build slots. Well, I gotta use it with something that has 3. All right, let's look at the skills. Let's look at the skills here. Actually, before I do that, let me go grab my saw. Right back. There's another one I should buy something else on. I really hate going to Hobby Lobby. It's such a clusterfuck. Every time I go there, I find out they discontinued something else they shouldn't have. Come on. Basura. Now, see what this thing walked away from, because this thing is a popular device. Ha-ha! Okay. You get yourself one of those. One of my viewers said, hey, you forced me to buy one of those. I didn't force you to buy nothing. Nah, that's a little too extreme. You know, the problem is if you put an exploding RAM. An exploding RAM actually does not. What am I covering up? Nothing that's not worth covering up. If we put an explosive RAM on that, it doesn't use a slot. Of course, it's only good for one. Exploding RAM is only 3 points. So if we put exploding RAM on this, just for yucks, doesn't use any build slots. And we still have one for a weapon. Okay? The rockets, which I have, are going to use 2 build slots. He doesn't have 2 build slots left. This guy doesn't have 2 build slots left either, because the sentry gun is the side mount minigun is going to use up 1. So we're going to put rockets on the little car. Okay, so its weapon is going to be these rockets. Okay, it's going to have rockets plus a lot of crew. So rockets it is. Rockets, I believe, are 6 points. It's 2 build slots that are 5 points. And he uses both build slots. Okay, so this can't have any more weapons on it. So we're at 14 plus 5 is 19. We're at 19, so we have 7 left. Okay? This has no slots left. So it's at 17, 20. So it's also, right? No, this is 8. This has 7 points left. Okay? Yeah, see, this is how I'm kind of positioning everything. That's how I'm kind of positioning everything. And we'll put these rockets on the side so we don't cover up this nice detail on here. I don't know how they mount. I may only put 2 rockets on it. I might mount them up here. I really don't know. That part is irrelevant. Okay? But it's always nice to have a little vehicle that's limber and has some power, because the rockets are pretty powerful. It's like 6d6 or some shit like that. Okay? I could also use this as a mortar. I don't have to use it as an improvised sledge thrower. I could use it as a mortar. Of course, if I use that as a mortar, it uses 2 build slots. No, it's 1 build slot. I could make that a mortar. I think I like that better. I think I like that better. It's the pie mortar. It's a front-facing mortar. That uses 1 build slot and costs 4 points. It's hard to write with trying to drive over this thing. Okay? I think I like that better. I think I like that better. Exploding RAM, grabber arm, and it's going to have 1 gun on it. I don't know what it'll be. Let me check and make sure I don't have any messages. All right. So let's just assume that it's going to use the most expensive weapon here. Well, hold on a second. Is a napalm dropper use any points? Napalm dropper uses a slot. Because this thing's got flames on it. So I don't necessarily have a problem with this thing, say, having a napalm dropper on it. It's funny, none of these have rams on them yet. Well, it has an exploding ram, but not a ram. Although this thing could probably use it. I think that's what we're going to do is we're going to put a ram on this thing. A front ram. That's going to use the other slot. And a ram is 4. This will be the one that has a ram on it. This has an exploding ram. It'll have some kind of gun. This will have napalm dropper. Napalm dropper is only 1. So it does use a build slot, but it's only 1 point. And this is 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 1 is 17. This has 10 points left over. Jeez. 10 points left over. Okay. This one has exploding ram. We're going to use these guns for this guy here. Okay. So this is going to have, or at least one of them somehow. I bet it's supposed to be like this. That's why they're squished up against, so they go up against the side of the car. So we could put like an MG on it. Okay. An MG, which is only 2 points and uses a build slot. And now we're at 15, 21, and 5 is 26. Did I do that right? 15, that's 21, and 3 is 24. That's 26. Yeah, we're at 26. So this leaves one point left. So we have 1 machine gun there. Okay, we won't use the flamethrowers. There'll be another clown vehicle. The RC car bombs are here. Okay. And this grabber arm. I don't know where this is going to be. We'll put it here for now. Okay. It's probably going to be towards the front here so we don't run into issues. Okay. Really needs to be out like bam, 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 bam. Okay. RC car bombs get dropped out the back. Okay. This has a square, so we're good to go on it. This is 8 points left over, 7 points left over, 10 points left over. This has all of its weapons as well. So it's 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 3 is 16, plus 4 is 20. We have 7 points left over here. All the cars have all of the weapons that they're going to have on them. Okay? All right. The only thing I would do differently, is not put a napalm dropper on here and give them a machine gun instead. But It's got flames on it. That allows it to drop something that's flames. Okay? All right. Let's look at some perks. All right? This one's probably not going to have a perk for a point. I don't think that there's a 1 perk point car. A perk for 1 point. All right, so let's look at the perks that would be appropriate for Crazy Clowns. Now, none of these have a glue dropper, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll have another crazy vehicle. Okay. The glue dropper, I could substitute it instead of this napalm dropper the same. Okay. If I decide to do a glue dropper instead, it's the same thing. It uses 1 slot and it's 1 point. So I may actually do that. I've just decided we're going to do that. Okay. This is going to be a glue dropper. Okay. Nothing changes. All right. It'll be my first glue drop weapon. Okay. Let's look at some perks. As soon as I find them. All right, here we go. Aggression, absolutely. Okay, aggression. During this vehicle's attack step, up to 3 weapons with the crew-fired special rule may gain a +1 to hit. Okay, that's double-barreled. Well, this has a crew of 4, so the largest, I'd make it even bigger, okay? But the smallest car has the largest crew, which is exactly the insanity that we wanted to do, okay? That's exactly what we wanted to do. So you're going to have, it says during this vehicle attack, up to 3 weapons with the crew-fired special rule. Okay, so that's up to 3 of these drivers. That's got to be the one that's got to be double-barreled. Okay, because you're basically going to have like a bunch of pistols in it that would be +1s. Double-barreled, okay. So let's write these things down, these potential skills. We have double-barreled. 2, okay. Boarding party. This vehicle ignores the distracted rule, meaning this vehicle may attack during the attack step, even if the vehicle is touching an obstacle. Okay, so that would be basically when it hits something, or if it's touching somebody, it could do that. And the natural reaction would be to do the crazy clown. Now, of all the ones that has the craziest face on the clown vehicle itself, the ice cream truck has the craziest face. So he's going to have a ram that looks particularly, let's say, scary. Let's see if I can zoom that in a little bit more. Wait for it to catch up a little bit. Okay, so he's going to have a scary looking ram. I'm probably going to leave the wheels and the colors that they are. We're not going to paint the wheels in black, and they'll be weathered, but you're still going to tell this is going to have blue wheels on it. Okay. So what boarding party will allow you to do is to ram somebody, okay, and they can attack in the attack step even if the vehicle's touching an obstacle. So if it hits somebody, normally it wouldn't be able to attack. It wouldn't be able to shoot. This allows it to do that. Okay. So that's boarding party. That's a useful one. Also 2 points. Battle hammer. When making a smash attack, this vehicle gains 1 attack dice for each hazard token it currently has. Okay, that's 4 points. Okay, again, it could have this one. Battle hammer, 4 points. Terrifying lunatic. Whenever this vehicle controlled by another player ends its movement step within short range of this vehicle, the active player gains a hazard token. So if somebody, it costs 5 points, so it costs a lot. So if anybody tries to ram this, as soon as they try to ram that vehicle, they're gonna obviously be within short range, and that vehicle is gonna get a hazard token. Okay, so that's actually has, fine lunatic 5. Grinder Man. Before this vehicle rolls an attack die smash attack, it may choose to add 1 hazard token to the target vehicle for each point damage it inflicts instead of. Nah. Murder Tractor. Nah. None of these are murder tractors. Badass. Powder Keg. Rolls 1 to explosion. Don't know. It's only 1 point. Maybe this one could be a powder keg with only 1 point. Treat this vehicle as 1 weight class heavier when it explodes. Okay, it's a middle class vehicle, so it would go to heavy. I think this one gets powder keg. There aren't too many. I don't have it on any vehicle, and there aren't too many things that a 1 would help. Okay? So powder keg it is, and it looks like it's got flames and all kinds of shit. Had a bomb on it. I like that. That makes sense. Okay? And that's the whole point of doing this, is to build these in a way that makes sense. And then you have something that complements each other. Not like, oh man, I wish I hadn't done that. It is kind of dumb to have this on that and that on the other. I mean, I may still make a bad decision, but at least I put some thought into making a bad decision. Huh? Road Warrior. Once per activation, this vehicle has successfully caused 1 or more hits on an enemy vehicle at any point in its activation. This vehicle may remove a single hazard token at the end of its attack step. So if it does a lot of damage to somebody, it can remove a hazard token from itself. Okay, useful and appropriate, maybe. Okay, Road Warrior is 2 cans. Cover Me. Once during its activation, this vehicle may remove a hazard token and place it on another friendly vehicle within double range. I don't know that I'm ready to do that with any of them. Madman. At the end of this vehicle's movement step, if it has 4 or more hazard tokens, it may remove a hazard token and place it on another vehicle within medium range. Bullet Time, that's the one that if you can use its weapon to count it as turret mounted for the rest of its activation if it resolves a slide result. That might be useful for this guy because he has a side mounted weapon. It gets treated as a turreted weapon. As a matter of fact, we're doing Bullet Time on him. Okay, so now we're left with 4, right? That's all the badass skills. Built, dead weight, barrel roll. When this vehicle suffers a flip, it may choose to place the flip template touching the center of either side edge or the rear edge of this vehicle and perpendicular to that edge instead of touching the front edge as normal. Barrel roll would be handy with this guy because it has a roll cage, which means it's not going to suffer 2 points of damage. So you might have some options to land somewhere and not on top of anybody. You know what? This gets barrel roll. Barrel is just the hardest fucking word for me to spell. That leaves 6 on it. Bruiser. In a collision involving this vehicle, if this vehicle declares a reaction other than evade against the enemy vehicle immediately gains a hazard token. Unfortunately, it costs 4. Okay. Splashback, that's the one that thinks splashback. Crush, it gets over and over. Okay. Feel no pain. No, that's 8. Chrome Whisperer, Slippery, making a smash attack. This vehicle suffers penalty minus 2 dice. Slippery is 3 cans. Let me grab another. Everybody's so quiet. Everybody's learning. I don't know. I think this is cool. I think this is cool. I think this is more useful than showing you me playing a game. That doesn't mean I'm not going to play a game. I'm just showing that, this thought process, these all need to complement each other and be different. And the whole idea is that when you go and play something, that a vehicle doesn't suck. It just means you have to play it a certain way. Kind of like when I was doing DBA. Like, oh man, this army just has a bunch of light troops. It sucks. Okay, no, you just have to play it in a different way. Think outside the box, man. Stunt driver, none of these are going to be a stunt driver. Okay. Horror, nope. Military, nope. Precision, nope. Pursuit, taunt. The start of this vehicle's attack step, roll a skid die. If you roll something other than a shift result, you place that skid dice result on a dashboard of a vehicle within short range. Dude, it's got to be like on top of you. Outrun. At the start of this vehicle's attack step, all vehicles within short range of this vehicle and in a lower gear of this vehicle gain a hazard token. Reckless. Drive angry. Hog wild. In for a penny. If this vehicle has gained 6 or more hazard tokens during its activation, it may double the attack dice of any smash attack it makes for the remainder of this activation. That's when you add Drive Angry. Because Drive Angry can give you a hazard token. Now, that's gaining a lot of hazard tokens. Overload. When resolving skid dice during the movement step, this vehicle may roll an additional skid dice. If it does, it must change up at least 1 gear or gain a hazard token. I'm not going to give any of these guys hell for leather. I don't want that to be a skill that everybody's using all the time. Tuning. Okay, we skipped over the reckless stuff. If I don't do the reckless stuff, the only one I might do is taunt. Outrun's not bad either. At the start of this vehicle's attack step, all vehicles within short range of this vehicle and in a lower gear than this vehicle gains a hazard token. So you got to put that on like a fast vehicle. So one of these two. Now it's 2 cans, it's 2 points, so he can't have it and he's already done. We're done with him. So we could put Outrun on this guy. All right. I'm going to leave it open to that one. All right. Let's take a swig here. All right. Do we want to add any weapons for the crews, enhanced weapons for any of the crews before I start adding perks? So let's look at the situation. This guy's done. End of story. We're not moved from that. It's cool. It's a cool build. It's unique. Whatever. She's done. This has a lot of room. This guy has a lot of room that we can do things on. Okay? A lot of room. This has some. If we add a magnum I believe is 3. That only leaves me with 1. It can do battle hammer, which is the one where you get a bonus for hitting somebody. When making a smash attack, this vehicle gains an attack dice for each hazard token it has. We're going to put battle hammer on this. It's 4 points, and we're done. Okay? It's going to want to ram people. It has a ram on it. And we'll put a really wicked looking ram on it. Something that looks like, I've got one there. It looks like it's like a fence you shouldn't crawl over. It's like pointy and shit like that. It looks a bit gothic. Well, it's the most gothic looking clown, All right. So we got battle hammer done. Okay. Double barreled. Oh, we got barrel roll on that. Double barreled was the one that we said was during this vehicle's attacks up to 3 weapons with a crew fired special weapon rule may gain a +1 to hit. All right. Well, that's up to 3 weapons, right? So that has to have a crew of at least 3. So that's this guy with using every weapon other than the dropped and the wrecking ball. And if you use it, you waste that skill. It's the buggy because you can use. There's 4 guys in there, okay, and they each would have a pistol plus. They each would have, plus they have the rockets. So double-barreled is what it gets. And double-barreled is 2 cans. Okay? And now it's barrel roll and double barrels. It's like barrel of monkeys is what this guy should be, and there's a freaking monkey on it. Just saying, something, something along that. Now we still have 4 fucking points left over. Okay? That's the buggy. All right? And we got rid of double barreled. We don't want more than one of these having that. Okay. Boarding party. Boarding party, this vehicle ignores the distracted rule, meaning this vehicle may attack during the attack step, even if the vehicle is touching an obstacle. So this one would be okay, and it hits somebody with a fucking mortar, it's on top of them. It's possible. Although with these 2 left over, this kind of looks like the terrifying lunatic. Okay? The terrifying lunatic, vehicle controlled by another player, ends its movement with a short range vehicle. The active vehicle gains a hazard token. So if you try to ram this guy, you're going to gain a hazard token. I think this is a terrifying lunatic. Okay? Terry Lunatic. Okay? And this is 5 points. That's still going to leave me with 5. Okay? It had lots of points left over. Okay? Let's get rid of Terrifying Lunatic. Madman. At the end of this vehicle's movement step, it has 4 more hazard tokens and may remove a hazard token and place it on another vehicle within medium range. Okay? A vehicle that does not have a ram is more likely to get hazard tokens. Because when it rams somebody and you have a ram, you don't get any. But if it rams somebody and doesn't have one, it's going to get 2. This guy's going to be a madman. Madman is three cans. Now we're left with 4. Okay? See how we're doing this? Boarding party. This vehicle during the track rule means this vehicle may attack during the attack step, even if the vehicle is touching an obstacle. This guy has a mortar and a glue dropper, and he has 5 points left. He's getting an SMG. Done. Complete. Handbow has a crew of 3, 4 points left over. That could be a lot of grenades. That could be 40 fucking grenades. Whee! How many hands does he have? I don't know, but they're all throwing grenades. Is there another skill that we're adding here? Boarding party? I don't know. I'm not feeling it on there. What's this road warrior thing? Once per activation, this vehicle successfully calls 1 or more hits on any vehicle at any point. This vehicle may remove a single hazard token at the end of its attack step. And it also has the Madman, where it may remove a hazard token placed on the vehicle within medium range. So it really can get rid of a lot of those things. I kind of like that. I like that. I like Road Warrior here. That's 2. Now we're left with 2 left over. Okay, now we're looking. This is looking pretty cool. This is we got a good thing going on here. We got a good thing going on here. I'm actually finding none of them have magnums. Magnums get really expensive. They're 3 apiece. So at this point, I'm like, I don't want to give one of them a magnum. Right? I don't want to give any of them a magnum. Got 2 points left on him. Got 4 left on the buggy. Boarding party. If it's touching an obstacle, it can still shoot. I'm going to give it boarding party. It's got 3 perks. Still got 2 points. Okay? And it's going to have, how many grenades come in each bundle? 5 or 10? It's going to have 2 sets of grenades. Because I know they're 1 each. Grenades. I don't want gas grenades. Standard grenades. Ammo 5. Okay. Hold on a second. What is this? Steel nets. Crew fire. Blast. See special rules. What the hell is a steel net? I don't have that on any vehicle. $77. See, right now, I feel really fucking good. Like, this is exactly what I needed to do and exactly how I needed to go about it. Steel nets. Its weapons do not cause damage. Hits will cause hazard tokens as a result of the blast special rule is normal. Steel net. Done. Handbow's the one that has grenades. Use those 2 points. 10 grenades. That's 2 points. Done. There's the crew. Bam! That's the clue. That's the crew. All right. That is the crew. We ended up using all of the skills. They're fucking amazing. Not my first rodeo. I've designed like 50 cars this way. More than 50 cars this way. And they're all different. And they are not all good at everything in every situation. You know? That's the whole point. You take the ice cream truck, you're going to have a totally different experience than you are with a buggy. I think the buggy's going to be fucking badass as shit. Just so you know. I think that they're all really cool. All of them wicked cool. So that's what we're going to do. We're probably not going to work on these guys today. We'll probably leave them for in the morning. Tear these guys apart, paint all the parts that need to go on them. You know, Yeah, really freaking awesome. So anyhow, yeah, thanks for guys for showing up. This is how it gets done, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.